Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Entertainment Expansion. We're your host, Tyler Callahan and Mike Ferrante. Mike, how you doing?
Well, back on track. I'm chilling, Tyler. How are you?
I'm doing good. So we're doing something different this week. Instead of a movie or a series of movies, we're doing a trailer. But we're not going to be one
Not
of those
just,
YouTube people that just watches the trailer. We're going to discuss the trailer, and we're obviously talking about the biggest trailer I think that's dropped this year, Spider-Man No Way Home. And I say biggest trailer of the year because it beat Endgame's record of the most views in 24 hours. So you could say people are excited. We know very little, except Doctor Strange is here as well.
and Otto
Uh,
Octavius.
yes, just a small villain, just no A-lister. But
Yeah,
uh,
and not the voice of Willem Dafoe either.
no, or any Green Goblin gear because he's not in the movie at
Yeah,
all.
nope, nope.
But Mike, what you think?
Well, for a teaser, it definitely wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of people are disappointed that they didn't see like a Toby or Andrew Garfield, but they're not going to show that yet.
Oh, come on, that's
It's
trailer two where you spoil everything.
yeah, no, that's no fucking trailer because you see how long it took them to release the teaser. This is
Uh,
the only trailer we're getting for the movie.
okay, a few things. One, you're wrong. This is Sony. Two, the only way we don't see any promotion of Toby or Andrew is if Kevin Feige has snipers on Sony headquarters until this movie comes out. With how spoilerific the Homecoming trailers were for Spider-Man, like they were egregious. I was surprised for Far From Home they didn't ruin the Mysterio twist. I think if I had to place a bet, we see we see them, but in the full suit. We don't see them with the mask off, so you don't know for sure if it's them or not. I think that's what they'll go with. But before we get to our thoughts, I think for an actual trailer or teaser trailer, they actually built it up nicely.
Yeah,
Because obviously we left Far From Home in the cliffhanger with everyone knowing he's Spider-Man. I'm glad the trailer didn't beat around the bush on that. That's the first thing we see immediately. And the first half of the trailer is them setting up, okay, they know everyone knows he's Spider-Man, but also he's not in trouble, clearly, because while he's interrogated, we don't see him in jail. It's not him in the jumpsuit.
yeah. I mean, he did kind of help save the world,
Yeah.
so
So clearly
there's that.
maybe Daredevil. Someone proves that he is innocent, but obviously, even if it was Matt Murdock who proves his innocence, he can't change everyone's mind. So he goes to see good old Doctor Strange. And well, clearly everything goes to shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
which I've got a thing about that.
oh, I have a thing too, but that's basically the trailer. And then we see Doc Ock, obviously, the OG Doc Ock.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting, and
I mean,
a little
apparently
bit of
they are
that.
using, I guess not too surprising, they are using de aging for him.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw that.
But still, I gotta say, for that 5 seconds, looked pretty good.
It definitely did.
I mean, his hair is a little different from Spider-Man 2, but 16-year-old movie. I will, there's some differences. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
So part of the reason we need to talk about this trailer is there's something weird with Doctor Strange.
Yes, there is.
There's something real fucking weird with that guy.
Yeah, I don't think it's him.
I see.
Or
Do you think he's being
yeah,
controlled?
controlled or just
Because we have to think timeline wise. The next Marvel movie after this comes out in December is Doctor Strange 2.
yes, it is. And the multiverse of madness.
Uh-huh.
So
And obviously Wanda will be in the movie, possibly as a villain,
yes.
anti-hero kind of thing. We don't know. Who's to say Doctor Strange went on to, maybe it's stuff from WandaVision and Loki. He started to investigate. Something happened, and the Peter sees a not the normal Doctor Strange he knows.
Yeah, because in the trailer at one point it looks like they do fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So why would they fight?
like it did kind of look like there was the New York subway in the desert.
It definitely did.
That's yeah. Now, at first I thought, okay, it's fine. Like at first, his lightheartedness I was cool with because like what he said made sense, right? They saved half the universe. They're friends now, casual terms. And you have the
Yeah.
lighthearted joke of, all right, well, you can call me Doctor Strange or Strange. You know, maybe Steven's a bit weird, but all right. But to go from being a friendly friend to Wong saying, don't cast a spell, he breaks the fourth wall. It's like a Deadpool moment, really. He's just like,
Yeah.
boink. It's like, okay, that's odd. You're more of a cold person, but okay. And then you're just casually just doing the spell. And you would think a guy as smart as Doctor Strange. Now, yes, he is arrogant like Tony, but as soon as Peter keeps adding in people and clearly messing up the spell, wouldn't you think, all right, let's just stop, give me a list, and we'll redo it? But no, he just keeps going and then shit happens. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's all
it's a bit
like
careless.
it is, and it really makes a big question for. We've been teased Doc Ock, Green Goblin, but we really don't know who the main antagonist is. Is it Doctor Strange?
Mm, I mean, my
Because
money would be on Green Goblin. Like, personally, I don't think Willem Dafoe would come back to be a secondary villain.
don't know. Willem Dafoe's a
Uh,
little unpredictable in
I
his
mean,
movie roles.
the only other one kind of confirmed right now is Electro with Jamie Foxx. I don't think he's going to be the main villain either.
Nope.
I don't know how. Maybe Peter finds out that's not the real Doctor Strange, and like it's him and like some of the villains that he has to take down. And obviously, you got Toby and Andrew back, and then they have to fight them because that could lead into Doctor Strange too.
It definitely could.
But then we also don't know where timeline wise, like, Doctor Strange 2 would have to take place after Spider Man, especially if this is not the real Doctor Strange.
Yeah, which is very interesting because technically this is still like a Sony movie.
Mhm.
So is it?
Well, it's a Sony movie, but it's an MCU movie.
Yeah, but I feel like they don't really connect too well sometimes.
I mean, I wonder if that's a hesitation from Marvel because at least the initial deal, they only had so many movies. So you don't want to integrate them too much to where you can't move forward without Spider Man. So it's like, yeah, Tony's here for like 10, 15 minutes, but like really the only character you have is like Happy from the
Yeah.
MCU and stuff like that. Like if Happy disappears, I mean, no offense, John Favreau, no one's gonna notice.
Yeah,
Though
pretty true.
to be fair, it doesn't look like he's in a good situation in this movie too.
No,
Um,
definitely just not.
I do wonder if we're gonna, because obviously, yeah. In case people haven't, if watched the trailer and haven't figured it out yet, we're dealing with the multiverse in this movie, clearly.
Well, what gave that away, Tyler?
Uh, but I'm mentioning that because I feel like we might be going to the other Spider-Man universes, and I think that because someone online posted two pictures together. Was it Tom Holland in a suit? Is almost the exact same suit Tobey Maguire wore in Spider-Man 3 at the beginning of the movie.
Yes, but this one has a wait, hold on.
When he
You
gets
mean
jumped by Green Goblin while he's
yep,
on that moped.
yep.
Yeah, they put the photos together, almost the exact same. Obviously, different sizes, but like color-wise, almost too much of a perfect match. It does make me think: does Tom Holland Spider-Man go into say Tobey's universe, vice versa? Like we're just assuming everyone hops into the MCU. Who's to say there's no crisscross?
I mean, it's possible, but that's some pretty big thinking to do.
Hey, look, we got to do some big thinking here because you know what I'm also thinking?
Yeah, but that could just be a little much going on, don't you think? Like, I don't think they could like handle because you're talking about a whole bunch of other spin-off movies surrounding that. If we're talking about this type of multiverse,
Well, I think what happens like the easiest way to do is like, oh, there's a rift that they have to fix, or like I don't think it's a portal that they can just easily cross back and forth whenever they want. By the end of the movie, they're sealed up, personally. But if Sony was smart when they renegotiated their deal with Disney, I wouldn't be surprised if part of the reason they're doing this movie is I don't think Toby would come back for this, but I think either the more I think about it, I think Andrew Garfield will come back as Spider-Man
yeah, I could see that.
for the Venom universe.
Well, I mean, I feel like Tobey Maguire might come back to do it.
Because the thing is, in the Venom universe, you have Venom 1, Venom 2, Mobius, whenever that comes out. So clearly, a Venom 3, you'd want to redo Spider-Man Venom done right. And they need a Spider-Man for that. If Tom Holland is unavailable because of the MCU, Sony could be like, look, give us this multiverse movie that gives us the excuse to have one of the other Spider-Man back. And we'll use him for those movies.
Like, good.
But I don't know. Like, Toby doesn't do much acting anymore. Like, would he come back for another 2-3 movies?
For a fat paycheck, I could
Now, look, I'd
I could probably
prefer
say
to see
yeah.
him go up against Tom Hardy and Venom. I would.
But who?
Tobey Maguire.
Why would you want to? Why would you want to see that? I feel like it might be interesting, the Venom versus or Tom Hardy versus Tom Holland
No, not Tom
because
Holland. Tobey Maguire.
yeah, I know, but I'd rather see it from Tom Holland
Why?
because there's that age gap there. And this version of Eddie Brock isn't quite, a full-on asshole. So you'd have to get through, the dilemma of actually fighting him.
See, this is why I think Andrew Garfield kind of just right in the middle, age-wise, and everything. I think is like the perfect fit.
Could be. I guess we'll never know, or maybe we will.
I don't know. Maybe we will not. Yeah. I guess another question then is: do you think after this, will there be a Spider-Man 4?
I don't know. That I really don't know because we don't really know how many more movies Tom Holland wants to do as well.
Well, assuming he wants to keep going, and it's only up to the studios. I think after this, he has one team-up movie left in his contract, which the rumor is it's Fantastic Four.
I don't know about that.
If that's the case, he's basically the studios need to come again to meet up either Spider-Man 4 or Avengers 5 or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, look, he's young enough to where they can do a whole second trilogy. Like he's still in high school. Like this is like assuming going to be his senior year in high school. He's got the college years that we had with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, but that's
No, I'm not saying we should.
That's a lot of movies, man. Like,
I mean, do you have an issue with that? I mean, Homecoming kind of set up Vulture and like the Shocker dude at the end of that movie. We still haven't seen them come back.
That's a good point.
Shit, Michael Keaton's going to be in Mobius as Vulture before he comes back into a Spider-Man movie. As we know, maybe he comes back here. Maybe he's part of the Sinister Six.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, but to be fair, Michael Keaton's also became Batman again before coming back to the MCU.
He's probably looking at this guy was like, really? I gotta wait this long for me to come back? Ah, fuck it, I'm being Batman again.
Yeah, you know what? Let me get back into the fucking Air Force Ones.
I ain't got time for this.
Yep, that's jokes. But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to coming from this trailer. And it definitely gets me excited to see what they're actually going to do with it. And luckily, we really don't have that long of a wait.
Final question, and I want you to go first. This will be our final guess for now, until we get more trailers. Or I've heard that there's going to be one major death
in this movie.
In this movie, there's going to be one death, and they are doing a high-end, like they film multiple scenes, so the real one can't leak. Who do you think dies?
Shit, could be Happy.
I don't feel he's a major death though. No offense to Happy. No offense to Happy.
Yeah, but are they really going to do the dead girlfriend thing again though? It didn't really work out for them the last time they did it, so I don't know if they really want to.
Dead Aunt May.
Yeah, we could do that. Considering they saw it worked out really well in the video games, like, let's give this a shot.
I mean, look, I don't know where you watch the trailer, but if you watch it on Sony's official channel, straight up, there's a commercial for the PS5 controllers attached to the trailer at the end. You might be right.
That's great.
Shit, we made that game? Damn, that's a good story. We should just do that.
That's kind of similar to what we kind of saw in the game. Because obviously Doc Ock's going to team up with a couple other of Peter's nemesis is. So you got Electro, Doc Ock, shit, you got a Green Goblin in there. This pretty much is the game. Just throw in Doctor Strange.
I think my number one pick right now is still Toby.
If he's in it.
I
don't know if he's in it.
I think they're both in it.
I think so too, but we don't know.
All right, assuming they're both in it, I think Toby bites it. Because you can't have 3 Spider-Men and have them all live fine. And let's be honest, you're bringing him back after what, over 10, 15 years of being Spider-Man? You gotta go for that emotional moment.
Hmm.
Especially if he's not lined up to come back and play Spider-Man. Like if this is his one-time comeback,
Yeah, he'll bite it.
either he dies or we see like a end credit scene where he's married and have a happy life or something.
Having his last dance, or or the
Yeah,
dance he never got.
you give him the Iron Man ending or you give him the Captain America ending. He's getting one.
Yep. He's shit. He might as well get both. That'd be interesting how that plays out.
He gets
goes
the Captain
into
America ending first. Green Goblin just shows up, throws a bomb, runs away.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's laugh is the last thing you hear for the credits.
Just him yelling away. We go for his heart.
Yeah, I think it's him or like, I mean, if I want to go dark, just kill Ned. Kill his best friend.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad guess.
That's the thing. Like, I think if there's a future for this, I think you're right. The dead girlfriend thing, it's already been done. You already have Aunt May. I feel like it needs to still be like a parental figure for him for a few more years.
Yeah, because like, what's he gonna do if she just dies?
Mm-hmm.
Happy, can I come live with you now? Like,
yeah,
because
also
he doesn't
like
die
there
with
is no
her.
Uncle Ben here at all, so it's not like a switcheroo where Aunt May dies early, but he has still his Ben. It's like there is no Ben.
Or hear me out. Hear me out. This is where the multiverse comes in handy. They bite it. Martin Sheen version of Ben Parker gets pulled out of his universe, and he's now the guardian of Tom Holland. There you go.
He's dead.
He not anymore. This is a multiverse. Remember? I mean, if we're pulling the other ones in there, might as well go back in time while you're at it.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Like half of these characters are dead, but they're gonna be coming back. Last time I checked, Willem Dafoe was still impaled on that in that wall with his glider.
That's a fact. Nah, it's okay. It's actually just a skeleton just on the glider.
Hey, look, it's all right. He didn't really like his son Harry to come back in the sequels, but he'll come back for this one.
Yeah, that's
I think that would be a good second because I think with him, like you can still like you obviously like with Tom Holland Spider-Man, you can still fuck with him emotionally with that, but it's also like it kind of makes sense. Like he's so happy-go-lucky, always there with them. Like yeah, let's get rid of him.
I mean, his role in Far From Home was pretty insignificant.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's around there, he has that emotional tie, but also he's not that important.
Correct.
So if Sony wants to play it safe, you just kill him. You can always get him a new best friend in like the fourth movie.
Yeah, that's when you introduce Harry Osborn, maybe. Because he technically hasn't really been introduced in this universe yet.
No, he hasn't. I mean, there was always that thing being thrown around that if Sony and Disney closed the deal fast enough, they were going to change the Avengers Tower to Oscorp Tower, but that never got done. So we have no Osborns yet in this. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. God, imagine if James Franco comes back.
I was just gonna say that, but not in what you think. He is a universe's Spider-Man. Imagine it's Toby's suit too. How mad would everyone be if the first time you see him, it's with the mask, and then he takes it off, and it's fucking James Franco instead of Tobey Maguire?
Oh no, that's how you do it. Second trailer, you show them all in the full-blown suits, but you don't take off the mask. Everyone goes in, they see Andrew Garfield take off his mask, and then it's James Franco.
Yep. I guarantee you we will see this movie hit a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Once you walk out mid-movie during a blockbuster movie, that's how you do it.
Yep.
He just sits down and starts eating those eggs. Full suits.
Oh
no, he starts cooking the eggs. He starts cooking an omelet while the other two Spider-Man are like, what are you doing? We have a city to save.
But hear me out. No one would know that's not Peter Parker.
It's true. No. I mean, he could call himself Peter Parker to the other two, and they wouldn't know.
That's a fact.
And then when they go fight Willem Dafoe, he's like, son, where you been? Where you been, Dad? You've been dead. See, we really can write a great multiverse movie right here, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
With the logic they have.
Everything's an option when it's the multiverse.
Yeah, thank you, Loki. Or should I say
Yeah.
Sony specifically?
And how does that factor into this movie?
My running theory right now is if the if the events of Loki did not happen and the TVA was operating normally and there was only the sacred timeline, when Doctor Strange would start to do the spell, TVA would show up and prune his ass.
That's a fact.
So I think Loki comes in as, well, because they fucked up the TVA and it's not running normally, and the branches are clearly growing out. There's no one to stop something like this. So it just happens. That's my running theory on that.
Very interesting.
Who knows? Maybe Kang allows it.
Yes, that's
He allowed all of Endgame to happen, so who knows? We don't know what his barrier is of yes or no.
if that's the Kang of this universe, I guess. Because technically we don't know what the end of Loki is. Like, are the actions set in place, but that Loki is just in a different kind of like timeline of it all?
That's true. Is he still in ours, or is he in a different one now? We don't know where still we put him.
Yeah, or is this one of the branch realities itself? Because that did not seem like a normal Doctor Strange, or even a Wong. Like he was just kind of like, oh, yep, see you later, and then like dipped.
I'm going to Shang-Chi, so yeah, don't fuck things up while I'm here. Which, I mean, dude, the Sanctum is covered in snow. I don't know how much worse it can get.
Yeah, it's kind of an odd thing to do.
Or how about the fact Doc Strange is like wearing a custom-made like parka with his outfit?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, hey, Gear Wizard. I guess that's normal for you.
Yeah. That just wasn't. It didn't.
He looked feel off. Like Doctor. He looked off.
He did.
Yeah.
There's something about it that you're like, hold on, this ain't right. Like right off the rip.
I don't know if it's like the white background with like his hair, but when you do a close-up shot on his face, I'm like, oh no, there's something weird here.
Yeah, but they could just be red herring the shit out of us because it's just a teaser.
It could be. I mean, were we not red herring to death with getting the actor for Quicksilver during WandaVision, all for a boner joke?
Yep, we did.
I'm going to dress like Quicksilver. I'm going to act like Quicksilver, but I'm actually not Quicksilver.
Yeah.
I also have the same powers of Quicksilver too, but I'm not.
Yeah, the powers are basically the necklace.
So stupid.
Yeah, still not getting over that.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I think we said enough for now based on what we've seen.
Absolutely. But we want to know what your theories are. You've heard us ramble on now for quite some time about ours. As always, let us know at Entertainment Expansion. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We look forward to picking this conversation back up again when the movie comes out.